Ooh. Hello and welcome to another live stream, another Ginger Below, where my wife has sent me to the basement, locked me down here, and the only way that I can entertain myself is by entertaining all of you. So, wow. Here we go. Look at this. Look at the occasion. Look, I wore my nice Venom shirt. Look at that. I've had this shirt for years, and like it's never been so relevant right now. So, yeah. Very, So, yeah, so here it is, man. The Venom review. Venom 2, the movie review for all you guys. So please, feel free to chat in the chat if you want to. I will try to answer questions. I'll try not to blow up my voice either. I have refreshments here, product placement. Look at that, huh? Oh, look at that. Venom water. Sweet symbiote water. Ah, tastes like Phage and Riot and Lasher. Beautiful. Alright, so, Venom 2. Okay. So, full disclosure, because I have kids, it wasn't that easy to go see, but the wife, my beautiful wife Amy, kind of set it all up for me today to get a sitter and all that, so I got to see it today. I actually saw it like 2 hours ago, so I'm fresh out of the theater for this review. So, alright. Oh my god, where do we start in this movie? So, okay. The first Venom was good, right? I like the first Venom. You got to keep it in mind that this is a Sony movie. This is not a Marvel movie. So, and knowing that this was an hour and a half long, I knew right away going into it that this was going to be kind of like nothing was going to be drawn out. No characters were going to be super developed. It was going to be like a wham, bam, thank you, man. So, I already knew that going in. So, I wasn't surprised by the fact that the movie moved so quickly. And I didn't mind it, quite frankly. There's a bunch of layers to Carnage, right? There's a bunch of layers to Venom, too. But we already had one movie with Venom in it, so we got an idea of what it was, right? But with Carnage in it, he's got a lot of layers, too. They kind of skipped a lot of the stuff, but I'm okay with it. Because overall, the movie was good. I enjoyed the movie. Okay, it's not a Marvel movie. It was not a Marvel studio movie, right? You're not going to get this huge meaning of life from Thanos. Like, you're going to get it's a hard-hitting kind of action comedy flick. And it's pretty much what it was. Some things that I liked and disliked about the movie. So, right away here, I'm gonna show you guys something here. So, something that bothered me about the movie, and this is going to sound really nitpicky, trust me, but it's something that has to be said. And I knew about this like before the movie actually came out, because you can clearly see it in the trailers. This is Carnage right here, right? This is good old Carnage right there. The teeth. Oh my god, I hate those white teeth. Listen, Carnage doesn't have white teeth, okay? So, maybe in a few weird issues, he kind of did. I've seen stuff where he does. But overall, Carnage does not have white teeth. Okay? What he does have, and this is kind of the way that I see like the different symbiotes, right? He has this, okay? He has basically just black, right? The teeth are just like part of the actual symbiote. They're not like separate, where they're like teeth inside where the gums are. There's none of that with him. And that kind of bothered me a little bit, because that's the way I'm used to seeing Carnage, right? That's the way he's been drawn for years. I know I actually went online because I went to find these pictures here just to show you guys. And I found some examples where he did have white teeth, more recent ones, and I don't like it, okay? This is the way I like him with that face. And one of the cool reasons behind that is because then when you have other symbiotes, you can kind of tell like who they take after. You can almost tell like the lineage, the family lineage of symbiotes based on that. If you look here, like, you can tell here, like, the Scream looks like Carnage, you know what I mean? And, like, for example, Riot looks like Venom. So, anyways, I know it's a nitpick, but it's something that I didn't I didn't like. So I wanted to bring that up. It's minimal, but it's something, right? I mean, I gotta be honest with myself here. So let me just take these guys away. All right. Oops. Okay. So, all right. Let's get back to the actual movie. So, right from the beginning of the movie. Okay, the spoilers, by the way, there are spoilers in this review. So, if you haven't watched it yet, you probably shouldn't be watching it. Unless you don't mind being spoiled. So right from the get-go, as soon as you see Shriek in this movie, right? As soon as you see Frances, you know right away that she's going to play a role in this. She is going to play a role at the end where she's probably going to turn on Cletus. Because that's the most logical thing that'll happen because of her powers, that she would be the one who turns on him because she has the sound power. So they establish that early on when she's with Carnage, that it affects him, and then you kind of know where it's going to go from there. You know she has to have enough. She has to. If not, there's no reason of her being in there. It could have been any other villain. It could have been Carrion. It could have been Demogoblin. It could have been anybody, right? So the reason why they had her in there is so that she can play the foil in the end. So you pretty much saw that coming from the beginning. Officer Mulligan was kind of a sweet surprise. Because in my head, I'm like, oh, fuck, Toxin. I'm like, cool. I hoped that they weren't going to play the Toxin card in this movie. I didn't want 15 symbiotes. I just wanted one. Well, 2 with Venom, I guess. 1 bad guy. I guess he's a tweener. But anyway, so Toxin, cool that he's not in there. Seeing Mulligan there was cool. I was like, oh, cool. Look at that. It's like a little Easter egg in there. All right. So Woody Harrelson did a great job as Carnage. Great job. I kind of wish we would have gotten more of him because the look, the red Hawaiian shirt, the red car, it was really cool. I enjoyed that a lot. I didn't like where Venom left Brock because, as you know from my past videos, I'm not a fan of the symbiote when it's not on Brock. Now, one thing I kind of did like was seeing him with all the glow sticks. So, like around him, like those hula hoop glow sticks. So if Marvel were to do a figure like this again, and then just put in the glow sticks all around him, I would probably buy it. Just because I did like that look. That was like the coolest part about him being away, was when he had all those glow sticks around him. So yeah. So that was cool. I didn't like the fact he was away though. That wasn't that cool. Carnage was cool. I loved how he came to be in that chair there in the execution room. That was really cool. I like the fact when he had this symbiote on his hand, like the blood, it like spiked up. Love that. Because already it's giving you an indication of what it's going to be later on. The powers, like he's going to like all tentacles are going to come out of everywhere, right? All these spikes. So that was kind of cool. I really enjoyed that. I didn't like the fact that Anne Wayne brought him back the costume because you did that before. Like in the first one. Like it seems like repetition. Oh, Eddie has been caught by police. Oh, who's going to bring the suit back? Oh, Anna Wayne's going to bring the suit back. Oh, she's going to wear the costume and bring it back to him again in a police station. Like that was reused. Wasn't happy about that. Like they could have... There was a better way of doing this. I don't know what it is right off the top of my head. I don't write this stuff. But you could have done something a little different, right? Just a little different. Maybe make him go on another police officer. I don't know. Something different. Not the exact same thing again. It's like, oh, man. Creativity. Creativity. It's weird, too, if you think about it. Like, first movie, okay, so it's Venom versus Riot, right? Okay. Symbiote. All right. So you're probably thinking, okay, well, the next movie's not going to have a symbiote right away. Like, have something else. No, Carnage. Symbiote. Anne Wayne bringing the suit. So it's like, it didn't feel like the same movie, but a lot of the same elements were happening in the movie, which I wasn't happy about. Anyways. So, there's a big fight at the church. The church is cool. Okay, we know that Shriek and Carnage kind of had a relationship in the comics, although, you know Shriek likes him, but you don't really know if Cletus likes her, but still, you could see maybe he has a crush on her. So they get together and they go to get married. They're in a church, and there's this church bell that affects the symbiote, which is cool. It's just a throwback to Amazing 300. And to Web #1. So that was neat. I like having that. I like the fight in the church. That was cool. It was a cool fight. It was a good fight. I kind of like the fact that Carnage was kind of like larger than life. Like he was like a lot bigger, even like super massive at one point. That was neat. That was different. I enjoyed that. So I guess overall the movie's good. I mean, people are gonna, if you're looking at it from a movie, like I want a movie. I want story. I want development. I want blah blah and blee blue and blah blah. Well, no, you're not. You're not gonna get that. Okay, this is not gonna be nominated for any Oscars. All right, it's not gonna happen. So, do you want a fun thrill ride? You're a Spider-Man fan? Oh, well, then you're good because that's pretty much what you're gonna get. There's one thing too that I didn't really enjoy towards the end. So when he finally beats Cletus and they're just like in the gravel on the ground, whatever, and then he eats the symbiote. Okay, that's okay. Or eat the Carnage symbiote. I don't care. You can just shit another one out anyway. Don't worry about that. I didn't like that he actually killed Cletus or ate off his head. So we're supposed to think he ate off his head anyways. Like, you know, saying fuck him and eat the head off. That I was like, ugh. A lot of action movies, like a lot of like comic book movies are like that. And I don't like it. I don't like the idea. Like, you saw that a lot in the old Spider-Mans, too, like, before the Marvel ones. And you had Spider-Man, you had a villain, and the villain always died at the end of the movie. Spider-Man, villain dead. Spider-Man, villain dead. Spider-Man, villain dead. It was just, you don't have to kill someone. You don't have to do it. You can just beat them. You can just beat them. They can go to jail. They can go to Ravencroft. They can sit there for a while. And then you have the luxury of using them again. So I don't agree with unless the killing is a bigger part of the story, like Green Goblin, for an example. That's a huge part of the story that he dies. So I can accept that. The other ones, I'm like, why are you even doing this? It's not necessary. So that I didn't really enjoy. But then it doesn't really matter anyway, as we'll talk about soon here. So that's done now. So Venom goes and lives on a beach afterwards, takes like a vacation, which is cool. I enjoy that because he did that in Amazing too. He went to the beach, and then Parker went to find him in order to get help in order to stop Carnage in the comics. So I was okay with that part because Venom on the beach is cool. Spider-Man's fought Venom on the beach numerous times. Beach Venom is always awesome. So I'm okay with Beach Venom. I like that. I found that cute. Then we get to the credits. Now, I knew there was a scene in the credits. I didn't know what it was. I did not want to know what it was. I stayed away from everything that I could so I would not get spoiled. And I didn't know anything going in to the credits. Well, I didn't know anything going into the movie either. But I mean, the movie, pretty much, you could play it in your head with what was going to happen, right? He's going to get the symbiote, he's going to fight him, and he was going to lose. But in my head, though, one thing that didn't happen in the movie that usually does, usually you fight the villain twice. You fight him once, and you kind of lose the battle. Then you go back, you regroup, and you fight him a second time in the big climax at the end of the movie. That's usually how superhero movies work. That's usually the formula. It's usually the formula for pretty much any movie that has a good guy and a bad guy, like a protagonist. He fights him once, he loses the battle, he learns some shit, he goes back at the end, fights him again, then finally wins. That didn't happen in this. In this, he fought him once, pretty much. That was it. So, and I really thought that was going to happen going in. I was like, okay, I was going to fight him once, going to fight him again, but that didn't happen. So actually, you know what? It didn't follow the formula. So kudos to Sony. You know, they did something different. So I accept that. That's good. That's good. It means we'll get less fights between the two, but it's still good. All right. So the movie's over. We're sitting there, me and my wife, chugging on a soda, eating some Swedish berries. All right. She's kind of like stirring, like ready to get up. I'm like, no, honey. There's a credit scene. But there's just one credit scene. So we don't have to say the whole end. But there's one credit scene, and we have to watch a credit scene. All right, cool. Okay. A little bit of water here if I continue. Ah, Venom, you refresh me. So, credit scene. All right. I had high hopes for the credit scene. So Venom's sitting in the hut, in the cabin, tiki hut, I guess. I don't know. Wherever he is on the island, he's enjoying himself. Putting a little TV, talking to the symbiote. You know what I mean? Good times, right? It's good times. And then symbiote tells you, "Hey, dude, you know what? I've seen so much shit. I've seen so much shit. It will blow your little Brock mind." Okay? I'll blow your mind. And Brock's like, "You can't blow my mind. Come on. Lay it on me. Lay it on me." Sheesh. So then the symbiote's like, "Lay it on you, bro? Gangsta." What? Oh, you see that? Yeah. Lay it on me again. He's a gangsta. I'll do it. So then, all right. The second, okay, so the TV starts messing up, right? The second I saw the yellow flash, I'm like, holy shit. Holy shit. The multiverse. I knew right away what it was. The multiverse. I'm like, holy shit, something's happening with the multiverse. And you know, deep down, like a child at Christmas, I'm like, oh, please, 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 please give me what I want here. Give me what I want. Let me unwrap the gift to let it be what I wanted. Please, please. All I wanted. Now, you already know what I wanted. I need to tell you guys what I wanted. If you've been watching me for all these years, you know what I want to see, right? You know what I want to see. So, I want to see Venom done justice in the Marvel Universe. That's what I want to see. So, Tiki Hut's kind of changed and stuff. And then, right away, I can see on the TV. I'm like, holy fuck, it's J. Jonah. It's fucking J. Jonah Jameson. I'm like, oh. Then I nudge my wife. I'm like, oh. So I'm already losing my shit. Because I know what's happening here. I know Spider-Man unmasked. I'm like, oh my god, it's in the Marvel Universe. And then boom, Spidey's on the screen. Holy shit. Spidey. Oh, the multiverse. It's opening up. The Venom. And then Venom goes to the TV because he's a loving symbiote. He's a loving Clintar. He loves. All he wants to do is love. You saw him. All he wants to do, eat M&Ms and love. That's all. Kind of like E.T. All E.T. wanted to do, eat Reese's Pieces and love. They're not so different. They're from different planets. One likes M&Ms and love. One likes Reese's Pieces and love. Where we'd argue, right? Is that really that bad? Is it that bad if you're eating a chicken when the other fucking alien from Melmac is eating your cat? Doesn't matter. No. So, there it was. We have Tom Holland on the screen with J.K. Simmons on the screen. And it's like, holy shit. And Venom likes what he sees. The symbiote likes... Now, does the symbiote likes what he sees because he finds him cute? Or does the symbiote likes what he sees because he remembers him from another world, right? Because it seems like the symbiotes may have the knowledge or memories of all these different alternate verses. So maybe in the verse where Peter finds a costume in Spider-Man 3, maybe the symbiote has this memory. Because it sure seemed... I don't think it's just because he was cute who was looking at his TV. I think he found him delicious for a whole other reason. So when that happened, I was like, oh my god, yes, Sold. Sold. Please bring Venom in. So, yeah, so hopefully, that's not just like a little tease just for that movie and it gives us nothing. I want to see Tom Hardy in the Marvel Universe. And you never know, maybe we will. And maybe we will in No Way Home. I hope so. So yeah, so overall, the movie was good. The credit scene was amazing. It was cool. Carnage was great. It's weird though because I thought I had heard that it might have been R-rated, but I wasn't really sure, and I didn't really want to read too much into it because I don't want any spoilers. I just watched the trailer, first trailer. That's it. I don't want any spoilers. So even though he kills a lot of people, you don't see much of it. So I can't see. I'll have to check if it was actually. And does anyone know in a chat if it was actually R-rated? I guess I can check now. Let me look. Because I couldn't check before because I didn't want to ruin anything. Venom 2 rating. Oh yeah, that's just giving me reviews. Yeah. MPAA maybe? PG-13. Okay, so that makes sense. PG-13 makes sense. Because you don't see much of the carnage. You know it kills people, but you don't see... It's nothing like it could have been if he's just tearing people up. If fucking using his blood to paint shit on the walls like Carnage rules. But, yeah. So, movie was good. I enjoyed it. Definitely doesn't follow the comics to a T. We're not really close. But it was good. It was a good movie. I liked it. I hope that this means that we get to see. You know what I dislike the most about Venom in the movie? You know what I dislike the most about him? This guy right here. The lack of that white spider on the chest. It bugs me. So hopefully when he runs into Spider-Man, maybe the suit will leave and go on Spidey and it'll form the white spider and it'll come back to Brock and then he'll have it on his suit from now on, because that actually bugs me. Something actually else that I liked, and so I had to bring this out here just to show you guys, was the fact that he referred to himself as a lethal protector numerous times, which is awesome. I like that. That was cool. And so I'm going to throw something out here. So if you guys want to ask questions, post the questions in the chat right now. Well, I just go over this little piece of stuff here. So you guys know that I'm a big Venom fan, and you know what? It doesn't matter how much of a big fan you are of anything over the course of your life. There is always something new you can learn, always something new you can find related to your passion, to your love. So if my love is for Venom, I thought I knew everything about him. No. I get new little tidbits dropped on me today. Well, not today, but even like this week, for example. And this was kind of cool. So you must know by now, at least like if you're looking at the, especially at my Spider-Man 101 classes, like Venom. Okay, so Venom, Web Spider-Man 18 and Web Spider-Man 24 it was, yeah. So these two guys here. These two are Venom cameos. So what that means, it means Venom made an appearance in the comic, but not in full form. So in this one here, Venom basically pushes Spider-Man in front of a speeding train. You don't see him, you just know somebody pushes him, and Peter basically doesn't know who it is because it doesn't trigger his spider sense. Which is a clue to, well, who doesn't trigger Peter's spider sense, right? It's the symbiote, so it's Venom. Same thing happens here. Here, Spider-Man's climbing up the building, and Venom grabs him by the leg through a window, and it almost throws him down the building. And then he's like, I don't know what happened there, because he didn't sense him either. Now, so, something I didn't know was that there's actually a comic that explains these two appearances by him. And I had no idea Okay? And it's in Amazing 388. Okay? The third part of Life Theft. So the death of Peter's parents. So basically it's a double-sized issue. The first is the end of Life Theft 3-part series. The second part of this is actually a Venom story. And what it is, it's actually the Venom stories that are behind those issues there. The 2 webs. So, here, I'll show you guys. It's kind of cool. So, Venom the Lost Days is what it's called. So basically, this is like those two times that he tried to attack him. They're actually, it explains into detail here what happened, like how it worked, what he did. See, like, look, here he is pushing Peter on a railroad tracks, which is actually in Web 18. But you actually see Eddie Brock trying to do it. Like, it's cool. Like, very neat. Very cool. It's cool that they dropped those, like, cameos in there, and then, and this, because these dates, I'm pretty sure these predate, yeah, 86. See, those predate Venom. So, the idea that, I don't know, especially back then, because back then in comics, like, writers would change all the time, right? So I don't know if they dropped that idea and they're like, we're going to drop breadcrumbs and then later on we'll reveal this guy. But if so, man, that's well done. That's well done. That's kind of like having Super Skrulls infiltrate your comics for years before you actually learn the Skrulls. So that's pretty cool. All right. I'm going to go to see if there's any questions here in the live chat. So we've got Eternal Rogue saying first, me saying second, Tizify third, Canadian Depor fourth, Tizify, what's up, man? Living the dream, buddy. Living the dream. Canadian Depor, good evening from Spain. Born in Canada. Wow, it's Spain. Oh my god, that's cool. That's really cool. I've always wanted to visit there. Yeah, that must be awesome. Living in Spain. So what do you do in Spain, if you don't mind me asking? If you want to type in the chat, I'd love to hear that. Diego, clap, clap, clap. 616 man, sixth. Tis if I loved it personally. Yeah, I did too. I did like it a lot. I haven't watched any reviews, but I kind of seen some like screen grabs, and I think people are reading way too much into it. Venom and Symbiote's lore was always cool looking characters and concepts. Definitely. I definitely agree. Love seeing Carnage on a big screen from Just George. I agree. It was cool. Symbiotes have alligator mouths. Yeah, pretty much. They do. I find like Carnage, like, you look here, like, even in my shirt, you'll see. Like, he doesn't have, like, the teeth. Like, the teeth are, like, part of the symbiote. They're not, like, separate like they are, like, on Venom here, right? Like, there's a difference between the two of these things. And I find like they should have kept it different because it really does make them look different. Like, to somebody who wouldn't even know just watching the movie, and he watched the two of them together, he'd be like, well, this is just like, is this Riot again or what? Like, they should have kept it differently. I feel like we should get an extended cut. I agree. I think there's probably a lot of deleted scenes because the movie's only an hour and a half. I can't see it was filmed to go that quick. So I think we're going to get some stuff. I wish it was R-rated. I wish it was R-rated too. That would have been kind of cool to see him just tear everything apart. So the best film in Venom. The best film with Venom in it so far. I think that's true. Well, the first one was good too. It's kind of... They kind of feel like on the same par. I did really like Carnage. So yeah, I would agree with you on that. Definitely better than Topher Grace. Just glad to see you live, Kev. Thank you, Evan. Thank you. It's always fun. Do you think Venom will appear in No Way Home or at least mid-end credit scene for the film? With this, I think he is. This kind of... There'd be no reason to put that scene in if there was no, like... They wouldn't do that just to put that in a movie and just like nothing else. Like no, they're not gonna. No, like I definitely think he's gonna appear. No, it's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna appear in the whole movie. I don't think he's gonna even appear for like 5 minutes. I think it'll be quick, but I think he will show up though, even if it's very quickly. All right. Oh, my child. All right. Maybe it's that, guys. I didn't give my daughter a hug. All right, I'll give you a hug. Where? All right, have a good night, okay?
What you do?
I'm working.
You doing your video?
Yep.
Oh.
All right, have a good night.
Yeah, you do.
Have a good sleep. We'll see you tomorrow. There. Oh. She got a hug. She got a hug. All right. Give my daughter a hug. Let's see if there's anything else added here. Do you think Venom will appear in No... Okay, we already did that one. Hi, will you go Spider-Man No Way Home? I will definitely go see Spider-Man No Way Home. Even if it reminds me of the Mephisto thing. Just George. I remember back in 2008, 2009, people speculating on the internet about Carnage being Spider-Man 4 villain and all the fake trailers. Holy shit, I remember that too. That was crazy. Crazy times, man. Unbelievable. But just to show, though, like, how much we've come along in the last, like, last 10 years. Like, I couldn't imagine after seeing Topher Grace like somebody take on Carnage, because I don't think it would have. Although I like Sam Raimi, but I don't. Once Sam lost that, I don't think it would have done it justice. Anyways, I find it really did good on Carnage in this movie. Could have been. I mean, the movie could have been longer. I would have liked more Carnage, but I'm okay with the fact of I'm okay with what I got because it was good. It wasn't bad Carnage. I miss those times sometimes. That was great. It's true though, eh? Like you look back, it's not that long ago, right? It's like what, like 12 years ago? And you think back at that, you're like, oh, just like I remember like when the Spider-Man trailer came out, like the first one, and then like what was it like 3 months later or 2 months later, they had to like pull it out because of the World Trade Center, right? They had to pull out all the posters. And I had the poster with the two Twin Towers in the eyes, and that went away at the theater. Like it was just like it's a crazy time. Like and everything that happened after that with the Spider-Man franchise, it's been quite a ride. I'm happy where it is now. I just hope that Venom gets into the Spider-Man universe finally in a good way. Not a Topher Grace way, in a good way. I know something too about Topher Grace. The Topher Grace Venom? You know what? I'm going to go a little over here because I want to look at this. Because if I remember well, he actually has the Carnage look. Topher Grace Venom. Topher Grace. Topher. Topher, where are you, Topher? He has... let me look at him here. He definitely has Carnage's mouth. Yeah, he has a Carnage mouth, but he still has the teeth. But he looks a lot like... He has a lot of the facial structures of Carnage. The Topher Grace Venom. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that, but he does look a lot like Carnage does. Like if you were to paint that guy red and black, like it'd be like... Cray cray! Alright. I thought they would have got Jim Carrey as Carnage, but Woody was great. I could actually see either. I'm telling you the truth. I could see Jim Carrey do it. I think Woody's a better fit for it. I think the reason why is because you think of Jim Carrey, right? You think of like The Mask and Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura, like all that stuff, right? You think of Woody Harrelson, you think of Natural Born Killers. So that's kind of why I think that Carnage would be better fit by him. But Jim Carrey is a good actor, so I think he would be able to do it either way. Tizify says, Topher Grace almost got his own solo Venom movie after Spider-Man 3, but I have no idea what the context of it would have been considering he died in the movie. Yeah, I don't know either. And that's another thing, too. When that happened, when he was killed, I didn't like that either. Because in my head, again, why do you have to kill the villain? You don't have to do that, right? And then killing him was like, ugh. Killing my favorite character. I remember, though, people, like, pausing the movie, like, when the blast, and you kind of see, like, a skeleton, and, like, no, he might have fell out and gotten out there. He might not, he might have made, like, it was a whole thing, like, freezing every frame because they wanted him to survive so badly. Like you guys said, man, it was a different time. It's crazy. Just George wrote, Tom Hardy could have been a good fit with Tobey's Spider-Man as well. He's a few years younger, I think. Topher Grace is a guy you get to replace Tobey if Tobey didn't return. Yeah, no, I agree. I didn't. You know what? I like Topher Grace. I like the guy as an actor. I have no problem with him, and I wouldn't have had any problems with him as Venom either if they wanted to just thrown him at the end of the movie and just killed him right off. Because, like, I don't. Although I like the bigger Venom, like the beefier beefcake Venom, I don't necessarily hate like the Ultimate Spider-Man version of him. So, and even if you watch my Spider-Man 3 review, I was complimentary of it because in my mind I was like, you know what? I actually got to see Venom on the big screen. Even if it was for 5 minutes, I got those 5 minutes. Because, like, if you look even back, like 10 years before that, you would have never thought that would ever happen. With Marvel facing bankruptcy, nobody wanted to touch their stuff. Like, superhero movies were basically dead. Like, Schwarzenegger had killed the Batman franchise. Like it was you were like, you couldn't even imagine that would ever happen. So in my head, I was actually complimentary of it. Like, you know what? I'm happy I got to see him. If this is all I get, at least I got something. Now I want more because I've gotten so much, right? But back then, though, totally different. All right. So I'm going to wrap this up. It's been fun talking to you guys. Hopefully you had a good time. Hopefully my review wasn't too long and boring. But I did feel like I had to come on as soon as I watched it and talk to you guys about it. So anyways. So feel free, hey, you know what, like the video, put a like if you want to. That'd be cool. Helps out with getting some people to watch it. That's always a plus when people like the video or even comment. It always helps the algorithm out so that they can find good old DCompose here. All right, thank you, Tizify. I will have a wonderful rest of my night. You as well. Have a good rest of your night. All of you watching. And so this video will be put up after, so if you want to share it with anyone, you are more than welcome. Okay, guys. Until next time, take care. Later.